start with going into any presentation believing that what you have to add is value. I walk into every room knowing I am valuable, not thinking I am, because there's a difference between the two.
Okay.
When you think you are, it means there are days maybe you're not. But when you know you are, we can sense it. From there, what you want to do is you want to plan, you want to prepare. Because, I'm going to freestyle, I'm going to rap, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get in. We used to think before we write. Why can't we think before we speak? Our brains need the.
Hi,
does.
my name is Nigel Moyo, and my co-host today.
Dumelang Sanbonani. My name is Josh, and today we're shooting an episode with a beautiful lady, and you're gonna see her. And we are speaking about communication and how you can start using communication to better your life. So, to introduce Palesa, and welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here,
Yeah.
especially when you are doing things that are changing the world.
Yeah.
One young person at a time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so Palesa, my first question for you is, many young people struggle with confidence when speaking, especially in interviews or professional settings. How can someone overcome that fear and speak with more authority?
Yes. And I'm happy you said young people, but it's across the board. It's
Yeah.
not even young people only. It's from the 5-year-old in creche to the 75-year-old
Okay.
that struggles with public speaking or speaking with confidence, if I can put it like that, because we can all do it, but how we feel when we are doing it and how people experience us, we can't necessarily say is always good.
Yeah.
So one of the things I would recommend for any person is, first of all, start with going into any presentation believing that what you have to add is value.
Okay.
A lot of what we do is shaped on the negative. Oh, I'm forced to present now, or whatever the idea is, especially when you're thinking about your corporate life. Oh, they're forcing me to do an interview. They're not forcing you. You're privileged. It starts there. You're privileged to be in that room. You're privileged to have the microphone in your hand. And seeing it like that already helps you to remember that what I'm going to do is something that matters to the people I'm going to do it for. So mindset. Why are you going to the interview? To go and show these people that I'm a value add. And then from there, what you want to do is you want to plan, you want to prepare. Because, I'm going to freestyle, I'm going to rap, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get into that room having at least an idea. When they say, tell us about yourself, what comes to mind? Have you planned at least 3 things about yourself?
Okay.
Or even practicing out loud. Say it, hear it. How does it come out of your mouth? Because what you think doesn't always sound like how you thought it would sound.
Yeah.
You think you're going to say it like this, and you start speaking, you're like, oh my goodness, I can't say the word conscientious. I was thinking it's going to come out the way I thought.
Yeah.
And it's catching you off guard. But if you've heard it before, you'll remember, pause before that word because that word is difficult for me, and just take my time as I say the word. And we're speaking about confidence as well. And what else can give you confidence? Your body language.
Okay.
So going into any room, choosing your posture.
Yeah.
So from the way you walk in, the way you smile with the people that you're greeting, all of that is intentionally helping you to feel a bit more confident
Okay.
about yourself. And also you get to assess the environment when you arrive in that room. So being early, that's a big one.
Yeah.
I'm emphasizing this because it's a huge one. It gives you a sense of, oh, I'm meeting with people that are friendly, I'm meeting with people that are a bit more serious, and you can align yourself feeling, I'm a little bit more prepared for this environment than I was in my room when I was imagining it. So yes, 4 points. We said mindset, you're privileged, and then also going into the room having prepared something. How am I going to say this? practicing what you're going to say, and then on the day show up with body language that says, I've got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in terms of like networking, because I'm also one person to shy away from situations where I need to network with people, communicate with people. So what are the best practices for you to get better in terms of being put in such positions where now you need to communicate with other people?
Yes. It goes back to, why am I here again? That's the first thing. Why am I in this room? Am I here to meet prospective business? Am I here to meet my prospective manager, people that might hire me? Am I in this room because I'm going to be studying with these people for the next year? But why am I here?
Okay.
And that already helps you to know what type of conversation I could be having with these people.
Okay.
When I'm going into business networking, the last thing I want to do is go in there and sound like I'm networking. Hey, because they all just thinking, what do you want from me?
Yeah.
People can come across very transactional. You know, you want my number so you can get this from me. So is your intention pure? That's what people are looking for.
Yeah.
So the first thing I would do, because I'm a speaking coach, I know how people perceive me, is to say, oh goodness, we have to network. I find this to be so awkward. Just saying that helps the person to relax and let their guard down, that, oh, she's not coming with a good day. It's such a, you know, affirming moment to meet you. And no, these are human beings and they want to know that you are one too. So meet them where they are. No one likes networking. It's awkward. Oh, guys, now you have an hour to network. What do I say?
Yeah.
Or you have this whole plan, and when you start, we look at you like,
Yeah.
you sound like you came for me. Did you plan to? Right? And there's nothing wrong with that, because no one really knows how to break that ice. And the best way is to break it with what is really happening for you.
Yeah.
So you said you might feel like you don't know. Tell people that. Hi, we're supposed to network now. I really don't know what to say, but maybe tell me about you. Don't make it about yourself. Make it
Yeah.
about the other person. Let them tell about themselves. And maybe they go, oh, no, I don't know. Then you can start.
Yeah.
But a conversation starter is usually, I'm going in to hear what people say and I can respond based on what they've said. Isn't it easier when someone else has
Yeah, it is.
spoken? Yeah.
So that's also quite similar to like, okay, for us guys approaching women.
Yes.
Whereas maybe you don't know what to say. So if you
Yes.
make it about yourself and your problem, then it will be hard for them.
Yes, 100%.
So I want to know, how can I come up with a log line to hook people? Because that is, once I say, hi, my name is whatnot, and then they remember, oh, he said I am who.
Yes, that's
How do I
such a
come
good
up?
question. That's why I'm smiling, because the biggest misconception is the idea that the lock line is the one that people will remember. What we do the lock line so people can remember our names. And that lock line is the line that gives people an indication as to why I should listen to you, and then associate your why to your name. So your lock line doesn't have to be something elaborate. It could be something simple that makes people remember your name, because you're saying you want people to remember you. And it could be, when I grew up, people used to call me Smiley. Why? Because my name is Simile. And it's similarly spelled to. Now, we will never forget your name. It doesn't have to be profound. It has to be sticky. Right? So sticky means, when I think about an astro, I think of you all the time because your name is Astrovel. Do you see that, right? I'm making, but it's something that gives people a visual image. So visual associated with something that is pragmatic or practical in that sense. Yes.
Okay, so when it comes to point of view, how do I change the point of view? Like, let's say I come into a room and they're looking at you, and now it's my turn to speak. How do I turn that into me?
That's good. When a person enters a room, their energy already communicates. So this thing called gravitas, when we see, there are people that you can't ignore them when they've entered a room, not just because they're beautiful or wearing a big ensemble or couture, right? Let's put it like that. It's literally a mindset that you have. I teach it as I am valuable mindset. I walk into every room knowing I am valuable, not thinking I am, because there's a difference between the two.
Okay.
When you think you are, it means there are days maybe you're not. But when you know you are, we can sense it. That you believe that because you've sat on this table, someone that has something to add has now arrived. And in that, it means also when it's your turn to speak, I think we spoke about this with some other coach, is be quiet first. Draw in with silence. Silence speaks louder than words. Just the, now it's your turn. Thank you so much for that. Instead of, now it's your turn. Is it okay? Thank you. You see, like, it's just not gravitating to the room. That silence, eye contact first, saying to the people, I see you, you matter, and now I'll speak. Yes.
Okay, so what are some common communication mistakes that hold people from being taken seriously in the workplace or as an entrepreneur?
The first one would be sounding unprepared, even though you are prepared. And that is usually through filler words, unfortunately. Good morning, everyone. So, today we're going to be looking at the outline of this PowerPoint, I think.
I think. I think. Wow.
Yes.
That-
So those are filler words, they are filler sentences. In that, it takes away from your credibility. It makes you seem unprepared, even though you're prepared. I promise you, people didn't sleep preparing that presentation.
Yeah.
And then they get there and they're afraid. They're afraid of being what they imagined themselves being. It's almost like a fear of success. They're afraid of commanding the room because, oh my goodness, people will think I'm, I'm something now. No, you do it the way you prepared and you work on your filler words. You reduce them. You don't have to start with a sound. And the reason I say you don't have to start with a sound, think about a WhatsApp, an email. Do you ever started with, hi, friend? Why? Because is not a word.
Yeah.
It's a sound that steals from the message. So if you want to keep your message clear, reduce as much of those sounds as possible.
Why do you think people use filler words?
We use filler words as resting words, and because silence is scary.
Okay.
No, enjoy the silence. Don't say okay. Especially in conversation, silence is awkward,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but only if you make it awkward. So silence is not a bad thing. We used to think before we write. Why can't we think before we speak? Our brains need the gap.
But sometimes, isn't it because we've gotten used to saying, okay, I think.
True.
Yeah.
And it's habitual. We heard it somewhere.
Yeah.
But do you know that I have a 1-year-old, he'll probably turn 2 at some point, and when he starts speaking, he's not going to say, my name is. So he picks it up at a later stage based on who he spends most of his time with. So who you're listening to, what you're watching, who you work with
Yeah.
impacts how you speak. Have you ever been with a friend that says a certain word and then all of a sudden that whole weekend you can't help but sana. It's like, what's going on with me? That's literally what happens. We hear something, we start mirroring that same behavior over and over again. So it's a habit, bad one, something we have to try and reduce because it takes away from the core message. And like you said, it makes you, when you're talking about looking professional and being taken seriously and be credible.
Okay, you mentioned sleep, so I want to know how much sleep do we need before a presentation?
I wish I slept more. And the reason, let's go back to why we need
Yeah.
sleep, so that we don't hit blanks. Because when your brain is not optimized and you're feeling tired, the English vocabulary doesn't come forward. All of a sudden, what's that word? What's that thing? And that's fatigue. How much sleep we need? I'm not a sleeping expert. I've also heard that different people operate on different levels of sleep. However, sleep is important regardless. And you could sleep, but how you sleep also matters. People will tell you they slept for 8 hours, but all they were doing is rotating the presentation in their thoughts. Is that effective sleep? No REM, they went nowhere but to the presentation room. That's not. So you need to find a way to have peaceful sleep. And if you're struggling with getting that peaceful sleep, go back to your presentation because there's something you're not sure about. You'll have peace when you know that slide 4.4, I understand, I know, and I know how to articulate it. Then you can sleep with a smile on your face. But if there's that, I hope they don't ask a question. They will ask a question. And that's why you are wasting your sleep hours by stressing about it instead of addressing the thought that's lingering and just address what you are afraid of. But sleep is important. Some say 7 hours for women, men need less. That's why it's also hormonal. There's so many answers I've heard when it comes to sleep.
Now, about neutrality before the presentation. Do I need to be neutral so that I adapt properly?
That's a very good question. And no, you don't need to be neutral. You need to choose your opening. It's yours to control. If you want to walk into a room and create excitement, walk like you are excited. If you want to create an atmosphere that makes people realize we're about to have a very serious conversation, walk in, fix your tie. They already get the message. So you send and choose your message based on how you walk in. You have determined the energy that you're sending into the room. So excited, walk in like
Yeah.
not saying anything, but you can see, oh, clearly this is going to be a great or exciting conversation. Because when we do that, you also don't want to create dissonance. Don't do that. And then you go, well, today we're going to have a very serious, your whole opening is contradicting the way you walked in and what you're doing. So start sending the message quite early on before you start to speak.
Okay, for someone in their 20s trying to build a personal brand or start a business, what are the most important communication habits to develop?
The most important when it comes to building a business is listening. Listen to your customer. Develop that. Don't change their words and make them your own. Say it like your customer said it. And then when it comes to building a personal brand, let your word be your bond. If you told me you're going to deliver on this, let your actions deliver on what you verbally said. A brand is a reputation and it will follow you. So regardless of how beautiful your words are and polished they are, if your actions, if you don't walk the talk, the brand is lost. So even as we teach speakers to speak, we teach them that you need to embody, meaning be the thing that you say. And then it's easy to speak with conviction. Then it's easy for people to believe the brand. So the believability comes from you exercising that which you talk about. It's the hardest to teach a liar how to speak because their body will keep on, they'll keep on doing funny things, twitching, and it's like, I can't help it because I don't really believe what I'm saying right now. So personal brand is also built on those principles. Walk it, then talk it, then it's believable, and you can enjoy the fruits of having a good brand or a brand that you want, because also good is relative to who is looking at it at that time.
I don't know if it helps, but I've learned that there's what do they call it? I forgot. Where you build yourself a name based on the first letter of your name. So like I'm Narcotic Nigel. So in that it helps me maneuver better. Because I would be like, hi, I'm Narcotic Nigel. So you pinpoint that, oh, okay, this is how he moves, because a narcotic is something, it's undecided, but yet it's established. So does that help?
A lot, and it makes you unforgettable. because people love associations. When we talk about acronyms, we remember them because it was an acronym. There's in the corporate world, they often in business, they speak about the SWOT analysis. That's not, it's actually strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. But none of us forget it because this person came up with SWOT. So what can you come up with that makes you stand out? I'm fortunate that my husband's surname is Dooms. And I was like, oh, stealing that. That's the kind of surname I want. It was like, because why? It's memorable. Even though it doesn't originate from Dooms, it comes from Doms. And I was like, oh, thank God your grandparents changed that. But I needed to, for me personally, choose, am I going to go with Palesa Dibakwane Dooms? No, no one's going to remember that. But people will remember Palesa Dooms. Why? Palesa is the most common name sang about everywhere in South Africa. However, Dooms is like, yo, we are Dooma.
Do it. Okay. Do you have any questions for us?
Yes. I have questions for you regarding the youth in general. Do you think the youth take themselves seriously?
Not enough.
Yeah.
Because there's what you call this media plays a role
Yeah.
also, because I see things that don't encourage me to do better.
Yeah.
So then why must I take myself seriously?
Yeah.
Sure. And to just no, I'm not asking the question because I think I was a better youth. Oh no. I'm just
I
I'm just
understand.
hoping
Yeah.
that when people hear it from another youth, that it will help them to see that it's not adults saying you're not taking yourself seriously. But there are other youth that are also saying, hey guys, we don't take ourselves seriously, right? And like you said, you can't blame them because of distractions.
Yeah.
There's just too much information out there. Yeah.
So yeah.
That's the questions. Thank you guys. It was so much fun.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. so
Thank
much.
you. See you on the next episode. Cheers.